Battle of the Sexes, Dr. Green. Is he even on the phone? He's not even there. I'm talking to a guy that isn't there. Okay. When you get him, you get me ready to fly with him, right? Let's see if Dr. Green's on the line. Hi, Bob, you there?
Yeah, Phil, I'm right here. I'm sorry I lost you. We're coming from the airport, and we've got a little bit of intermittent static here, so I apologize. That was my problem. I was holding, and then we lost you.
All right, no harm done. And I was sitting there babbling. I thought I was talking to you, and I wasn't. What I was saying was that you are, we've talked to you in the past about the relation between men and women and the sexes, and it's not the battle. You've never found it acrimonious.
No, I think that what we've done in our studies and our work points up similarities between men and women more than it does the differences. But we have seen and continue to see an eroding a little bit in terms of the sexuality of men with relation to women. Women are empowered, Phil. They are stronger today than they've ever been socially and politically and sexually. And in relationships, they've never enjoyed more equality. So they have become a very empowered gender, and they've become a very empowered people, women. That's the good news. The bad news is that they are increasingly, I think, separated from a realistic perception of men's needs and men's sexuality.
All right, well, you have men, and the old joke was the guy who was sensitive to the needs of the modern woman was himself a little emasculated, right?
I don't think that's true. I think a lot of men are trying to be understanding of women, but I think women are less and less understanding of men. That's an important aspect to remember. Men today are feeling more and more threatened, I think, and men are, in some instances, reporting feeling violated. I think men finally have the courage to say, and in my book, we are, I think, courageous in pointing this out. I don't know of any other guy who has really put this in print, that men feel violated sexually.
All right, now the book that Dr. Green's referring to is a book called Don't Go There, which is a book about the emerging feelings of violation among men sexually. Are we talking about rape?
I wouldn't call it rape in the classic sense, but I would say it is a very meaningful feeling of violation when women are giving a man oral sex, when women feel the need to give a man oral sex. And this is the specific area that we're talking about.
Why the area of oral sex?
Because most men and most women are completely unaware of this fact, but most men do not like getting oral sex from a woman. It is painful. They feel vulnerable. They feel violated. Obviously, women, I noticed the phone sound effect dropped out there.
Yes, it did.
They feel violated. They don't have the courage to tell a woman this. But most men feel completely and utterly raped when a woman performs oral sex on them. And I think it is high time that women finally understood this, get with it.
Now, there are a lot of guys who obviously are moved to some kind of an orgasm during that.
That is correct, and that is a involuntary response. In many cases, you've heard of women faking orgasms. Men are capable of doing the very same thing, Phil.
Would you call that a faked orgasm?
Oh, absolutely. Men can fake an orgasm, and I've talked to many men who have felt so violated and so absolutely threatened and vulnerable when a woman is performing oral sex on them that they will fake an orgasm just to get her off of them so that they don't have to go through the humiliation and the horror of it. And I will say, Phil, I've worked with a lot of patients, a lot of male patients, that we are facing a generation of men who are feeling thoroughly raped because of the empowerment of women, and that women are now taking advantage of men sexually.
We're talking to Dr. Robert Green. This is some explosive stuff in your new book, Don't Go There. Dr. Robert Green, who makes the claim in his book that most men feel violated when they get oral sex from women.
Men are coming home, Phil.
No, I wanted to ask a question here concerning that. See, I am, I think, a healthy guy. I don't think that I've ever had these feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in other words, I've never had the feeling that I'm being violated by a woman in that instance, my wife, for instance.
I understand that, Phil, and repressing a lot of these feelings goes back to the womb. It goes back to infancy. You are being violated. If you don't feel it, rest assured that it's happening to you.
What do you mean about the increasing sexual empowerment of women? Are you talking about that women are being aggressive sexually?
Well, women are assuming the dominant role in sex. More and more women are climbing on top of their men without any feeling of sensitivity toward the man at all. They climb on top, they grunt, they're done, they roll off. This is the modern American woman, and while she is enjoying her empowerment as a business equal, as a professional equal, she is certainly, I think, running the risk of severing her emotional ties to her man.
So the sexual empowerment of women has turned into the sexual aggression of women, and they are now, and again, we don't want to use this word, but they're violating their men.
When they're giving them oral sex, yes. Women need to know, and we say so in our book, and more men are coming out. Dr. Blunin, who works at the University of West Virginia.
What is his name?
Dr. Blunin.
Okay.
He has written several papers on this. Women need to know this. Men can't stand it when they get oral sex from a woman. We feel raped. We feel violated. We feel vulnerable. It is torture. It is living hell, and it's got to stop. It has got to stop. I've had men come into my office in tears, telling of the night before when their wife or their girlfriend performed oral sex on them, and the feeling of horror and revulsion that came over them, just closing their eyes and praying that it would end. I've had men in our workshops, Phil, in our seminars, say to me directly, I didn't know what to do. I just held on to myself and hoped that it would end. We're going to take back the power in the bedroom. And the first thing that we have to let women know is we can't stand it when you perform oral sex on us. Most women don't even know how to do it. Most women are pathetically bereft of any ability or skill in that area, and it's time for all men.
Well, let me interrupt here. Are you saying that most men don't like a woman giving them oral sex? You're just saying that women aren't good at it. In other words, if women were good at it...
What I'm saying...
No, but if women were good at it, would we like it?
Well, the women, we don't like it because women are not good at it. They can never be good at it. It is a violating act. It is a horrific act of violation. Why would a woman be, quote, good at something that is only intended to humiliate?
Giving a man oral sex.
That's right.
I got to tell you something. I don't... Am I completely... You're saying that I'm separated from my feelings?
You're denying them, yes, sir.
Because I don't feel that way, but if I am not feeling that way, there's a door that I need to open inside of myself?
Phil, there are many doors that we as men need to open up, and one of them is to admit to ourselves and admit to our wives, get your mouth away from me. I don't like it. It hurts. I help men learn to stand up to their wives and say, get your lips off of my penis. And
okay, we don't need to, please, okay?
I'm very sorry.
Because we don't want to be graphic, all right? But the point being, I think the point has been made.
I'm very sorry, Phil.
All right, but I think the point's been made.
But that's our motto. Get your lips...
I got that, okay, but I just don't want to do it on the air if at all possible. Let's go to San Antonio on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello.
Dr.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Green?
Yes, sir.
I think you're so full of crock. I tell you what.
Sir,
my wife gives me
I've
oral
done
sex.
studies on this, and
Doctor,
I've worked with a group.
Respect,
I've worked
my
with
wife
groups
gives
of
me
men.
oral sex, and I can't think of a more intimate expression of her love to me. I love when she initiates.
I think you're brainwashed. I think you're brainwashed.
No, sir. Hey, I'm 44 years old. I'm not 13. I love when she does it. I love when she initiates it. I think your book, I think you need to rewrite that thing, go back to school and get your and go over your thesis. You're crazy.
Sir, I have talked
Dr. Green, you haven't talked to me and the thousands of people in San Antonio. I
Allow me to
love
finish.
oral sex by my wife.
Allow me to
I
finish
love
my
when
point.
she initiates. It
You are
totally
being
excites
violated.
me.
You're being violated.
And
you are
it's
being
it's
violated.
just wonderful.
You're being raped and violated.
Oh my God!
Yes,
I
sir.
want to
And
get
I'll tell
raped
you
some
what.
more.
I'll tell
I
you what. Yeah,
thoroughly
go ahead.
enjoy
Well,
it.
sure. You're in captivity, and you get the Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, hey,
you think it's
you're
great.
missing something, pal.
Yeah, no, I'm
if
not
this
missing
is
anything.
rape. I need some more.
I'll tell you this much, sir. I've dealt with thousands of men across this country in focus
Well, they're
groups and
probably all
seminars. all right?
fags, sir, because I
And I
thoroughly
will tell
enjoy
you
it.
that- well, then you thoroughly like being abused by women.
Oh, hey,
You
it
thoroughly
is
like.
enjoyable.
Then you thoroughly
Mr.
like
Green,
being
it is
emasculated.
enjoyable.
Well,
It's
why don't you just
fun.
get into your wife's high heels while you're on the subject?
No.
Yeah. Why
She's
don't you
not
just
here.
go
My
ahead?
wife's not here.
Why don't you
She
just
doesn't
go
even
ahead
know
and get
that I
into a
called.
dress?
But
Get
I'm
into a
telling
dress.
you, I don't know where you went to school.
Get
but
into a dress.
They need to recall
Wait a
your
minute.
degree.
This man and I've said to you both, we enjoy this.
And what I'm trying to
Hey,
say to
Phil,
the
I
two
don't
of
know
you.
where you
Hold
found
on.
this from.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying to the two of you is, you have been so thoroughly brainwashed that you think that violation feels good.
Hey,
And
let me
buddy,
tell you,
I
want
feel
some
sorry
more
for you.
violation.
I feel
I love
sure,
this stuff.
sure, okay. Just like
It
that guy.
is wonderful.
Just like that
It is
guy in Pulp.
thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how many
yeah,
books
I know.
you're going to sell, but
Hey,
it ain't going to be to me.
Just like that guy in Pulp Fiction who they bent over and kept giving it to him there. Yeah, you're just like that guy.
Yeah, Pulp
You know,
Fiction.
Just like the
I
guy
didn't
in
see
Pulp Fiction.
That's right.
But I know what
Go
I
see
enjoy
Pulp
from
Fiction.
my wife.
Go see Ving Rhames in Pulp Fiction. You're him.
No, you go see
You're
Phil
him.
Rhames
No,
in
you're
Pulp
him.
Fiction.
You're him.
You
All
need
right.
to talk to
Thank
your
you.
wife,
Thank you very
pal.
much. 1-800-449-8686. Dr. Robert Greene is on the line with us with an explosive new book called Don't Go There. And in it, he claims that men, when we receive oral sex from our wives, we are being violated, and that it is an act of violation and rape. What is that, Doctor?
I think that
Yeah?
I just think the two of you are examples of weak men who let women control them. And I think it's a sorry, sorry day when a man gets on a radio show anywhere and says he likes getting oral sex from his wife. What a sad, sad case.
Okay, I'm willing to hear the doctor out. 1-800-449-8686. Phil Henry Show, 1-800-449-8686. And with me is Dr. Robert Greene. He's written the book, Don't Go There, which is essentially an indictment of the sexual empowerment of women. In this book, he claims that the ultimate form of sexual violation is a woman performing oral sex on her man. Now, you have to understand, Doctor, most men enjoy...
Phil, first of all, I know most men enjoy it. I've heard men say that they enjoy it. This is not unusual. This is not anything new. I know that most men enjoy it. What I'm saying is that you're being violated. And I'm saying that in your mind, you think you enjoy it. But in point of fact, you hate it. You feel raped. You feel...
Wait a minute. When my wife, for instance, with all due respect, sorry, Maria, but I have to... if she were to... let's just say, for instance, she were to perform oral sex on me, okay? You're saying I hate that.
Yes, your superconscious hates it. You hate the way it feels because you know it's a violation. It doesn't feel good. It feels foul. You feel befouled. You feel... When a woman puts her mouth on one of the most private parts of your body...
All right, I understand that.
Then you know that she has you under her control. And therefore, you hate it. And what I'm trying to do is let women know that guys hate it and you're not fooling us. We can't stand it. See, what happens, Phil, is a lot of men identify, as women do, with their abusers. You've heard of that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Men are no different than women. We identify with our abusers. Women have been performing oral sex on us for years. And we now, all of a sudden, take the punishment. Night after night.
I understand. Corpus Christi on the Phil Henry Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You're on the air, ma'am.
You know,
Ma'am, you need to turn your radio down. That's the first rule of talk
Got
radio.
it?
Turn that radio down. There you
is
go.
that better?
That's it. Because
Okay.
that confuses you.
You know, I think we're talking about 80%,
We're talking
even
about
more so, of the male population.
Identifying with the violator. That's what I'm talking about.
This isn't. It's not a violation.
Well,
Oral sex is.
you are the abuser, so how would you know? You're a member of the abusive sex.
Well, you know, guess who asked us? Guess who opened our eyes to that? Guess who said,
Wait a second.
this
You're
is
not
what
going to hang
I
that one on
like?
us. You're going to tell me that men said, yeah, please, rape me, violate me.
What,
Go ahead. Perform oral
men
sex.
have asked to be raped? I don't think so.
Yes, you have. When a man asks you for oral sex, he's asking for you to humiliate and violate him. It hurts when you do that to us. Are you aware that it physically hurts us?
Wait a second. I got to jump in. I'm a man.
Phil, you're identifying
Do
with your
men
accuser again.
really care?
Phil,
is she
don't-
doing it right?
Phil,
is it hurting or whatever?
This is a woman. She is going to lead you astray. This woman is trying to keep us down. Don't listen.
But wait a second. When it happens to me,
I know you think it feels good. It's actually horrifically painful. Ma'am,
I'm listening.
when you perform oral sex, say, on your husband or your boyfriend, you might as well just be peeling the skin off of his penis.
oh, come on, man. It ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad, but you know it is
You've
bad.
obviously had some very bad experiences.
No, not at all. Every man feels this way.
You know, it took me to the age of 45 to discover real good sex.
Really, how to really
and
violate
it
a man,
almost
huh?
doesn't even have to do with oral sex.
You were
But it
45.
has to do with the fact of pleasing your man.
You didn't know how to really abuse a man until you were 45, huh? Good God.
You're not
feel-
even listening.
I'm listening to you, but you're going to give me the same song and dance I've heard from millions of women. Oh, my man likes it. He is laying there praying for it to end.
Isn't it about please one and one pleases the other?
What?
Isn't sex a two-sided
Yeah,
effort?
and so far men have been doing all the giving and women have been doing all the taking.
And
And I would suggest that you learn how to please your man instead of torturing him with your horrific oral sex. Quit
Well, I
torturing
don't
your
think
man.
sex has everything to do with just oral sex. But
Well, when you give him oral sex,
if
it's
that's a
horrifying.
part of what pleases him,
It doesn't.
and I tell you what, and if he did not like it, believe me, I think as a man and any man
You're doing it wrong.
will sit there and tell you,
You're using your teeth a
not
lot?
this.
You're using your teeth, aren't you? God, I hate that. I really hate it. My ex-wife used her teeth.
Well, you said it right there, ex-wife.
What do you mean? What did I do?
Well, maybe she didn't know how to do it.
None of them know how to do it. None of them know how to do it. And that's what bothers me.
Is there a book on how to do anything?
Well, lady,
this
I'll tell you something right now. If you want to get good at that, quit doing it the way you're doing it, because you're killing us. You're killing us. He doesn't say anything. He wants to be polite, obviously. Maybe I've got a suggestion, okay?
Well, I bet you know what.
I have a suggestion. No, seriously,
my
I got a great
man was
idea.
right behind me.
Here's a great
and
idea.
I told him, would you
I
please
think you
turn
should
to the
practice
radio
on me.
station because I want
think
you
you should
to hear
practice
this.
on me, and we'll see how good you're doing. Okay? Thing in the world when she's still using her teeth too much.
Hold on. Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. We're with Dr. Robert Greene, who's written a book, Don't Go There. And the really basically the essential point of this book is that women have been inflicting on men something that they weren't aware men were not enjoying, oral sex. Most men feel violated when a woman performs oral sex on them, but they don't know it.
I'll tell you right now, Mr. Hendry, and I'm getting into some personal areas here, but when I have been the recipient of oral sex from a woman...
Are you married?
No, I am not married. I'm single.
Okay.
When I've been the recipient of oral sex, it has been very painful. It's just... all I can tell you is the teeth. And it's hell. And we use... in our practice, sexual surrogates. Are you familiar with this?
I'm familiar with the term, yes, sir.
What a sexual surrogate does is she helps a man through the process. I tape record a lot of these sessions so that you can know what it is these men are going through. Here's a tape recording right here. This is of a patient. All right, that was recorded last Tuesday night. And
Was he the recipient of oral sex?
yes, he was. Yes, he was. Men can't stand it. And you're not even backing me up. You're sitting there, the host of the show.
I'm trying to understand is all, okay? I'm trying to understand because I'm like a lot of guys, as you've been calling us, we're brainwashed.
That is it exactly.
I don't like oral sex.
No, you don't. But you don't know it yet.
All right, 1-800-449-8686. Here is High Springs on the Phil... Whoops, sorry. Hold on. High Springs on the Phil Hendry Show. Hello?
Hello there.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Mr. Green,
It's Dr. Green.
Dr. Green, I want to know how you proclaimed first to be a doctor because you couldn't
Well,
say...
I took my degree in
all
internal medicine,
honesty,
and my doctorate, I took my doctorate in human sexuality from the University of Indiana.
I just heard what you were talking about with this guy that was in pain.
Yes,
Who's
sir.
giving him this? You?
I
know lots of guys. I know a lot of women.
You know lots
and
of
you know
guys.
something? There ain't near one of the guys I know that do not like it.
Well, let me ask you a question. What are you doing talking about this with
How
other...
do you say that a person is brainwashed? You either like something or you
No,
don't
I'll tell you
like
why.
it.
Men have been brainwashed
If you don't like
into believing...
something,
Hold on.
If you don't like to get head,
The empowerment of women, the sexual empowerment of women over the last 30 years has created a feeling of vulnerability in men.
Hey,
we feel
vulnerable.
that we have to
Wait a
take
second,
pain.
wait a second.
Hold on, I'm the one with
now,
the doctorate.
If you don't like it,
I'm
if
the
you
one
don't
with the
like
doctorate. You listen.
Why would you if you don't like something, why would you go out and keep getting it? Could you answer that?
What is your question?
If a man doesn't like it, why would he let somebody do it?
Why does a woman keep going back to an abusive man? Why does a woman
Because
stay
they
with an
like
abusive...
it.
There you go. They like the abuse.
No.
It is
isn't
abusive,
abuse
and they
this
like
way.
it. Why does
you
a woman
like
stay with a
something or
man?
you don't like
Why
it.
does a woman stay
And
with a
you know
man that beats
something?
her? You can't answer my question, can you?
I
You don't know how to answer my question. I'm the one with the doctorate, not you.
Yeah, well, where'd you get your doctorate?
I told you.
Out
sir.
of a magazine?
No, sir, at a university, an accredited
what university?
At accredited University of Indiana.
Accredited what?
University of Indiana Medical School.
Comic book?
I attended Yale University for my accreditation and full doctorate. Now,
How do you spell that?
YALE, okay? Look it up. They used to play football.
Yeah.
Now, sir, I will tell you this much, that the woman stays with an abusive
all
man.
I can say is
a woman, you don't like getting head.
I've been getting
You
this
don't
stuff
like
for
getting
years.
head. No, you haven't.
I'm telling you.
No, you
I've
haven't.
been getting
You've been getting what?
The head, Bubba, the head.
Yeah, from what? Men or women?
Women.
All right. We don't have to get insulting, okay?
Well, this guy is trying to tell me.
I mean, you're the
you're
one
trying
that
to
has
tell me.
recordings of a guy last Tuesday night. How do you, who
That's
is
right.
who is performing this thing, Dracula or
Wait
what?
whoa.
And you say they don't know how to do it? Who knows how to do it?
Wait a second. What are you inferring? That I was the one giving him head?
You were recording it. Were you not recording it?
Mister, apologize for that right now.
Yeah.
No.
I'll apologize.
Come on,
Imagine
apologize.
that.
How dare you say...
Wait a second. Who's giving it Dracula? That's a good one, sir. I like that.
How many people are going
Wait
to
a minute,
sit there, let somebody give them head, and have somebody else there and record it?
We do this for a sexual surrogacy clinic.
Hey,
okay? I'll play it back for you. Sir, I'm telling you right now, this was a woman performing oral sex on a man. Listen to this. It's horrific.
Hey. Yeah. What is she doing? Was that Lorena Bobbitt or what, I mean, you're
okay, did you hear that?
Don't know how to do it.
Bob,
well,
turn off the
I'm going to
machine.
tell you what.
Did you hear that? And that is a man...
Yeah, I heard it. And you know something? I think that you get women that, you pay women or something like that to bite on somebody. That's about what I
well,
think
Mr. Hendry
you do.
may think
you
it's
go
funny.
out there and you rent some hooker.
You know something?
And you say, look, I want to do this for a study, but here's some money.
Mr.
And I
Henry
want
may,
you
Mr.
to make
Henry
it the
may
most
think you're
painful
funny.
thing in the world
My
for this
clinic
guy.
helps men. My clinic helps
Your
men.
clinic?
Yes,
Where's your
sir.
clinic?
In Los Angeles, California. My clinic helps
Oh,
men
all right. I
overcome
know where
bad
you're
oral
getting your
sex.
stuff. You're getting your stuff right down there in Hollywood, aren't you?
Oh, boy.
No, that's
you're
what
a
I
piece
think you're
of
doing
work.
is getting no boys. I think you're getting boys.
Hang up
that
on this
are,
guy, Mr. Henry, because he's
that have
pissing
been
me off.
Not
You're
with women.
You're starting to piss me off.
Oh, well, geez, what are you going to do?
I'll come through the phone.
Huh?
I'll come right through the phone.
Yeah, I bet you probably could. I'll bet you dial them 900 numbers. And surrogate your own self. Because,
Surrogate
any
my
man
own
that
self?
says that he doesn't like it, Hey, there might be some that don't.
Mr. Henry,
but
tell him.
majority of them,
I can't
majority
honestly.
of the men,
I have to agree with
real
this man.
men,
I have to agree
not
with this
them
man.
flaming faggots like you know.
I've had some of the worst.
Let me tell you something, Bubba. Real men that do like it. The people that don't
I've
like
had
it,
some of
and
the
if
worst
somebody
oral
goes to
sex
give it to
on
them, they say,
Sunset
"Hey, look,
Boulevard.
I
I'll
don't,
tell you that
you
right
know,
now.
I don't go there." Is that the name of your book? Don't go there.
Yeah, don't go
well,
there.
let me tell you something.
I don't like it, huh?
If I don't like something and somebody's going, I'm married, but you know,
You are, boy. I bet
yes,
you're
I
getting
am
the worst
married,
head in
and
the
my
world.
wife
All
does.
right, we got
And
we got
she does know
Thank
how.
you, sir. I got to
And
take
you know what? I
all
don't
right,
feel threatened about
Thank
it.
you for your call, sir. I thought he was.
You're laughing at that guy.
No, I thought he was pretty funny. I thought some of the things he said were funny. Tustin on the Phil Henry Show. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm calling because I just cannot believe. Is this guy a joke? Is
Ma'am,
this for real?
I have worked with some 10,000 different men across this country over the last 4 years. Men
Okay,
are in hell.
I want to say this, that
They're in
I'm a
hell.
woman who really never really enjoyed doing it very much.
Well, there
My
you
husband begs me. No. My
probably
husband
dragging your
begs
teeth along
me.
that thing.
He begs me to do it.
He begs you to
Begs me.
abuse him. Begs you to abuse him, even though you're lousy at it. I think that is a sad story
You know
in your
what?
home.
You know what? He said he never enjoyed it so much until I've done it.
Sure. He never enjoyed. You know, the Christians love to have themselves thrown to the lions. They never enjoyed it so much. Women like being beat up by men. They never enjoyed it so much.
You know
and
what?
There
you
you
know
are.
what? I
and there
came
you
from
are.
an abusive relationship, so I totally disagree with you.
Wait a second.
You are
Why
off
did you
your
stay in
rocker. I mean,
Why
what's
would
your
you stay in
degree?
an
What did you
abusive
go
relationship?
for? You mail us a degree? I mean,
Why
what,
would you stay in an abusive relationship?
I'm not in an abusive relationship.
Well, why did you
I
stay in
was a long time ago.
Why did you stay in it?
I didn't the first time anything happened. I left, so you're
bull
totally
crap.
off your rocker.
No, man. You
know
know
what?
women
It
who
depends
stay
what
with
kind of
abusive
woman
men.
and man
You
you're
know
talking
the
about.
You know the girlfriends you've had who've stayed with abusive men and you couldn't get them to move out?
Never, not one.
You are the abuser, dragging your teeth along your husband's penis. Why, I would all the...
Okay,
been
hold
there when I
on.
do
Whoa.
Now
You're
you're getting sick.
You're going places we can't go on the show, Dr.
Yeah, I
Green.
don't
You
want to go
understand?
there either.
I understand that, but she doesn't
I'm a woman
understand.
who's never called a talk radio
Listen
show.
to this
I'm
call.
listening to you
Ma'am.
in my car. Absolutely, my mouth is to the floor. I cannot believe that you actually have some kind of degree.
I am telling you that my book and the research I've done, men hate oral sex.
Well,
from women.
no. You know, I think here I am. I am a very intelligent woman. I have a master's.
So you say.
No. Listen to this. Maybe you're talking about a very small percentage. I'm certainly sure there are men out there that do not like it.
No, all men.
But for you to speak, and as a person who's doing scientific research, how can you say everybody? You are.
I'll prove it.
You're
I'll
wrong.
prove it to you. Mr.
I'm
Henry.
certainly
Wait. Mr. Henry,
Yeah?
don't you hate oral sex from a woman?
No, you know what? I happen to think that he doesn't because he's totally not answering you.
Mr. Henry, don't you hate it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's telling me that I'm denying.
I said to tell her.
Yes, I hate it, man. I don't know what to say.
You know what?
Oh, listen
See,
to
the
her
thing
laugh. Isn't that
sir,
listen
your
to the witch
problem as
cackle?
a scientific researcher,
You're
your
cackling
problem
like a witch.
is that even when somebody's telling you what it is that they prefer, you're telling them that they don't. You're
You know what
abusing him
denial
by
is.
telling
Ma'am,
him
you know what
you don't know
denial
what you're
is.
talking about.
Ma'am, you know what denial is. You've seen it, I'm sure, in your life
You're
because
in
you're
denial.
so I'm
Who's
not
in
in denial, okay?
You're in
Listen
denial.
to this
Open
paper
your
clip.
eyes.
You
Not
listen to
everybody
what
in the
I
world
recorded in my
feels the
clinic
way you
last
do.
Tuesday night. Listen to this. That was
not how my husband
That was
sounds.
a man receiving oral sex from a hooker off of Sunset Boulevard. I doubt if you can measure up to that, okay? And listen to what was happening to him.
You know what? It's called love and compassion and intimacy.
Let me ask.
All
I think
of which
I have
you
a
don't
question
seem
to ask.
to know anything about.
Dr. Green, I have a question. Are you sure you're not talking about the oral sex that you've gotten?
What's that crack supposed to mean?
I mean, what about you? Have you ever enjoyed it?
I told you, I've had some of the worst experiences.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
you're talking about yourself.
Yourself, not me,
Yeah.
not this lady's husband, not anybody. You're talking about you.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't get a good Hummer to save my life.
Well, you know what? That I feel sorry for the women that you date and the
You feel
women
sorry
that
for
you
them.
marry.
Why don't you feel sorry for me?
Huh?
I'm the one that can't get any good oral sex.
Well, you know what? I feel sorry for you then.
Thank you.
No,
Jesus
I really
Christ.
do. For all the men out there that don't enjoy it, I think they should let the woman know. Speak your mind.
And then
not
go
have
find
it
another
done. I
girlfriend.
mean,
and then find another woman.
find another woman or don't have it.
Can you?
You're acting like we are like
I just want to ask you a
whipping
question.
you
Well,
and
where am I-
torturing you. It's ridiculous.
That scream that we heard,
Yeah.
who was that?
Mr. Henry, I don't think
Who was that on the tape screaming?
it was me.
You know, maybe you just have a problem. Maybe that's the thing, is that you want everyone to join your bandwagon, and your bandwagon, you know, your little red wagon that you're pulling along, it's empty, dear. It is totally empty. And you're trying to get someone to agree with you, but listen to all these people. They're all laughing at you.
I hate both of you.
Oh, he hung up.
Oh, my God.
He hung up.
My first time calling, and I actually got someone to hang
Got
up.
the guy to hang up. Did you hear the last
I'm
thing he
sorry
said was,
I ruined your show.
no, the last thing he said was, I hate both of you, and he hung up.
Okay.
Oh, he's gone. Let me get rid of him. Thank you for your call,
sure.
ma'am. Thank you very much.
Bye.
So it was actually him screaming bloody murder. Did you hear that one cat from High Springs? Oh, who's doing that? Dracula? Okay. Phil Hendry here, 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendry Show. I was just sitting here thinking, and I will say it. How can you not listen to this show? How can you not? If you missed it, you missed it. I'm not going to go into it. How can you not listen and love this radio show? Forget about me. Just the stuff that goes on. I don't know. It's funny, and I guarantee you, it's funnier than anything going on in your town. I'm sorry. It is. I know it's funnier than anything going on in this town, L.A., because, as you probably have heard me say so many times, we've reached a real pathetic, what's the word, nadir? Is that the low or the high? It's the low. In terms of the professional creativity of the radio industry in Los Angeles, you know, it's bad, baby. Enter Phil. Enter the Phil Hendry Show. Here we are. So how can you not listen and love it? And it's every afternoon here, 4 to 7, every evening, 7 to 10 Eastern. Right here on the Phil Hendry Show. Don't forget Dr. Robert Greene's book, Don't Go There. In bookstores soon. Okay, 1-800-449-8686. Speaking of just places to go to get things, you can go to the Phil Hendry website, philhendryshow.com. Check that out. If you're new to our show, that'll give you a little feel, a little taste, to kind of get a nose full of what's going on around here. Sounded like. Okay, Mr. Grover, I'm putting you on hold, Mr. Grover. Go ahead, Benjamin.
Wow.
Benjamin, go ahead.
All right, this guy, he just has an idea picture of what USA is.
Hey, I just busted off a hold. I just broke off a hold. That's what an American is capable of doing, Benjamin, breaking off of a hold button. Don't tighten my jaws.
Put this guy on hold.
What is he so upset about? I don't get. I think
there are a great many people, great many Americans who feel that the immigration issue is an issue of national integrity. That's all. It isn't that people don't want Hispanic people here. I think that a lot of people think it's just an issue of integrity, meaning will our country cease being America?
I'll be honest. I'm Mexican American. My family is from Mexico, but there is good parts and there is bad parts.
All right, hang up on him. Go ahead, Benjamin.
I understand where this guy is. There is some good parts and there is some bad parts. I know a lot of people who just come over here to work for their family and send them money.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
If they had a chance, they would go back.
Right.
They're just here for the money. I can't speak good for the ones that do wrong, because I'm with you on that one. Send their asses back. If they don't belong here, we don't need that.
Well, that's what Americans are saying. They're saying we should have as many good Americans. We should have not me, but Mr. Grover. No. But every American should say as many good Americans as possible. That's what I think. As many good Americans as possible, whether Hispanic, black, or whoever. I don't care. As many good ones. I think what a lot of Americans are afraid of is that, you know, there's going to be a loss of national integrity, that there's going to be...
Okay, you guys asked for that. You guys asked for that.
Why?
Because you're not letting me talk, and the two of you are having a coffee clutch.
Put him on hold. All right, Benjamin, go ahead, man.
All right. No, I understand. I understand. It's just not Mexicans. There's white people, black people doing the same thing. But they come after just us saying that we're doing all. Not everybody's an illegal. They're going around saying, if you're from Mexico, you should go back, and that's wrong. Because everybody should have a chance to, the American dream.
Right.
Because we're all immigrants in some way, except for the Native Americans,
Oh, that's a load of baloney.
Would you put that guy on? Benjamin, you made a very good point, man. I appreciate you calling.
And, I'm only 21. I only had a little bit of view on the world.
You guys
I'm not as ignorant as this man that's 43 years old.
He's a moron.
And,
Benjamin, thanks so much, buddy.
All right.
Talk to you later. You feel all grown up now?
You asked for that, Mr. Henry, by not allowing me a platform. The only thing I had to go to was gas.
Why do you say that?
You put me on hold.
And by the way, how's he able to fart through a phone line but not talk? Oh, excuse me. You busted off a hold with your farts?
That's right. I guess you're going to call me nuts, is that it? Don't mess with an American who is frightened for the very integrity, the social and cultural fabric of his country. I agree with you, Mr. Henry. The more the merrier. The more good Americans, the merrier. But by God, when you're standing around me and you're speaking Spanish and you know full well that I speak English, guess what you're going to get a face full of?
What a jackass. What a jackass. What a jackass. What a freaking jackass. All right, 1-800... 1-800... You want to make that legal, Mr. Grover?
Absolutely, yes.
1-800-449-8686, Phil Hendry Show.
Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-449-8686.